Alright all, and welcome back to a new video and the final day of the Ebor festival at York, and we're covering the Ebor itself alongside obviously the good card for the Saturday action of the York festival. This is being recorded at 4 o'clock on the Friday. I'm not sure when it'll be up. It might be up 6 or 7 o'clock, but as I say, prices taken will be from 4 o'clock. And therefore, we've only seen 5 of the races of the 7 that have gone on so far today at York. We had a non-runner in Lauded in the Gimcrack. No luck in the first 2, unfortunately, including the Napnev Road, who missed the break and was beaten only a couple of lengths. And then, obviously, Batash has gone in at a very short price, but good to finally put up some sort of winner. And also Naval Crown has now gone in at, thank goodness, odds against. Again, a small price winner, but a winner is a winner. So we've got 2 each way prices to go, and then obviously a couple at Killarney and Kilbeggan this evening for you people that follow me in on Twitter as well. But starting off with York's Day 4 action, again probably siding more towards bigger priced horses tomorrow after backing a few short ones today. And starting off with the 150, the Strensel Stakes over a mile, 1 furlong. A horse I love is Lord Glitters, and wouldn't begrudge Lord Glitters winning this race. I think he's got a very good chance. But I'm going to take another chance here on the mare Miss O'Connor, daughter of Roderick O'Connor. I backed her a few weeks ago for the Valiant Stakes, where she came 5th at Ascot. I think she could come on for that run, and she obviously gets £3 from the majority of the field as she is a mare. She has her best form over time has come on soft ground, and I know a few of you have been saying in the comments, well, it's not actually advertised as soft ground. I understand that. It is good. It's probably not as soft as I think it might be, but that being said, it is riding slow, and they're taking a lot up with the surface today. So I don't know what the forecast is overnight, but I don't think it's going to be, top of the ground good. Let's just put it that way. I think there will be a bit of give in it. The more give, the better for a horse like Miss O'Connor. She'll enjoy that, and she'll hopefully come on for that effort in the Valiant Stakes. And I'd give her an each-way chance. Again, 9-1 isn't the worst type of price to being involved in, and it's just a little bit more appealing than the 2-3-1 on Lord Glitters. The 225 is the Melrose Stakes, a very competitive handicap over a mile, 6 furlongs, and a horse I can certainly not be deserting its Midnight's legacy for Alan King and Martin Harley. This horse has been an absolute legend for me this flat season, winning his 2 races at Haydock, 1 over 10 furlongs, 1 over 12 furlongs. He's one of these Alan King horses from Midnight Legend. Hopefully we'll see this horse over a hurdle in time, maybe a juvenile hurdle campaign may lay in store for this horse, but he looks very impressive. He's one of marks of 81 and 88, keeps on progressing for a step up in trip, and last day he probably didn't look that quick, to be honest. He kind of just got there, beating Indigo Lake by a half length. But he was strong at the line. He finishes his races off well, which would give you a lot of optimism that a mile 6 will be within compass, and hopefully he can run well at a 9-1 price in a race where you probably get the 4 or 5 places. The 3 o'clock is the City of York Stakes, a Group 2 over 7 furlongs, and I quite like the chances here of San Donato at 5-1. The 4-year-old couple by Lope de Vega for Roger Varian and Andrea Azzini was 3rd to Persian King in the French 2,000 guineas last year. Persian King's obviously a very good horse, and this year came back from over a year down to finish 2nd in the Summer Mile to Mahathir at Ascot. That form is looking very good now, before being a bit out of his depth when finishing 6th in the Sussex Stakes. He's dropping back down to 7 furlongs, and considering he won a listed race over 6 furlongs, and he beat Hello Youmzain in a novice over 6 furlongs earlier in his career, perhaps 7 furlongs may be actually the optimum trip, especially on this type of ground. And I just think he's got a massive chance in this sort of race. I think a Group 2 is within compass for this horse, and hopefully he can go and do the business. The 340 is the Ebor itself, over a mile, 6 furlongs, and I'm going to be putting up 2 at big prices in this race. Starting off with Ghostwatch for Charlie Appleby and William Buick. 20-1 best price at the moment, off a mark of 106. I think he'll run a good race. He was 3rd in a listed race over a mile 7 last time out over in France, having finished 2nd over a mile 6 in a Newmarket Handicap the time before that. He was formerly a very highly regarded horse and has had his issues, but he's come back pretty good this season, to be honest, and I think Look, obviously he's 20 to 1. I think that probably sums up his chances, but he might knock into the frame if on a good going day. His recent form is good and he stays the trip very well, so hopefully he can run well. And the other one, a massive price of 33 to 1. I'm going to take a chance on King's Advice for Mark Johnson. He was 7 to 1 in the race last year when he run off a mark of 112. Now, he didn't come anywhere there, but previous to that, he'd won a Goodwood handicap over a mile 6 at the glorious Goodwood Festival off a mark of 108. He has been poor this year until a hint at a revival last year when 5th to stablemate Hockfield at Goodwood, only beaten 3.5 lengths. He's now off a mark of 103. Now, I know the stable have more fancied runners, which is obviously a concern, but they won with a 20 to 1 horse in the 2 mile handicap there on the first day of this festival, and it just wouldn't surprise me if this horse is lurking back to a mark where he'll suddenly become very competitive. 103 could be him slightly lightly treated, in my eyes anyway. 33 to 1 is too big a price to not let that one go and see where we can get to. The 410 is the Roses Stakes over 5 furlongs, a listed race and a horse we were trying to back today for the Gym Crack. I'm going to back it. I'm going to put him up again. Lauded. He's 11 to 2 for this race, not quite as good a price. And Ryan Moore is the rider instead. Richard Kingscote for Tom Dascombe. Pretty much exactly what I said yesterday, though. 7th in the Coventry, 3rd in the Richmond. He's a very strong traveller. This step back to 5 furlongs is a very interesting ploy and one that I think could suit this horse, to be honest. Especially in the Coventry, he was very free in Richard Kingscote's hands. I think he'll achieve a fair bit. I think he's got a listed race or a Group 3 race maybe in him at some time down the line, and hopefully it will be tomorrow. I'll be backing at 11 to 2. The 440 is the mile 2 furlong handicap. I'm going to take a chance on Anything Today at a massive price of 25 to 1 for Roger Fell and Callum Rodriguez. He's got 3 duck eggs to his name in the last 3 runs. Before then, though, he was 3rd to Alignac, who's a pretty highly regarded horse for Sir Michael Stout, I think, at Newcastle before finishing 2nd to 5th position at Doncaster. Now, 5th position is only a 7-8 to 1 shot for this race. That was off a mark of 94 that day, and as I say, he's been disappointing the last 3 times, but in better races, and he's now back down to a mark of 92, and he won at the course last year over a mile 4 furlongs for David O'Mara off a mark of 94. So he can win off these types of marks. Obviously, he's a mile 2 furlongs, 2.5 furlongs, I think, tomorrow, which maybe might be a little bit tight for this type of horse, but hopefully he can run well. As I say, another big price. It's worth taking a punt. And the final race on the day, the 510, the 5 furlong handicap, taking a bit of a scunner really on this one. I just really liked this horse last year when he was a 2-year-old trained by Paddy Toomey, and I'm just about going to give a chance here to Sunday Sovereign at 18 to 1. Now trained by Tim Easterby. He went over from Paddy Toomey to be trained by Roger Varian this year and came out and ran last in the Scurry Stakes at Sandown. Didn't look happy whatsoever. He looked completely out of his depth, really, a listed race. But that race was won by Lazuli, who's a progressive sprinter for the Charlie Appleby team. He's now into a handicap. He has to give a fair few of these a lot of weight because he's running off a mark of 105. But one of those where he actually might just still be, better than handicaps, or that's certainly the angle I'm trying to take in doing so. He's making his debut for the Tim Easterby team, who obviously do well with their sprinters, and Joshua Bryan takes the ride. It is a tentative selection, but again, 18 to 1. It's not a bad each way play, and if he runs into a place, we'll all be jumping for joy. So a few big price picks for day 4 of the York Festival, and of course follow me over on Twitter because there's a few decent enough races at Kilbeggan and Killarney tomorrow again. So Killarney, I think they're jumping at Killarney. So I'm sure I'll have a few selections for that. So follow me over there if you want a few Irish selections as well. But I hope you guys really did enjoy these videos this week. So far hasn't been, masses of winners banged in, but at least we've got a few on the board today. And hopefully we can get a few tomorrow as well. And until I see you guys next time, stay safe, stay well, land a few bets, and I'll see you guys then. Cheers.